welcome back to our tech podcast. Today we are going to talk about AWS and cloud computing. Well, we learned AWS recently. So first of all, people hear the word AWS everywhere. What exactly is it?
So AWS stands for Amazon Web Service. It is a cloud platform provided by Amazon. It gives services like servers, networks, and storage networking through internet.
Okay, so instead of buying physical computers or servers, companies can use AWS online.
Earlier, companies had to maintain huge computers rooms with hardware and cooling system and also networking devices. So it was expensive and difficult to maintain. That AWS changed that by allowing business to rent resources whenever they need it.
That actually sounds convenient. So this is why what people and cloud computing call, right?
Yes, cloud computing means accessing computing services over the internet instead of depending completely on local systems. So without cloud computing, companies can work faster and store huge amounts of data safely.
I have heard AWS is used by both startups and large companies. Why do so many businessmen prefer it?
So mainly because it is flexible and scalable. If a company suddenly gets moved to users, AWS can increase resources automatically. So if traffic becomes less, it can reduce resources too. So companies only pay for what they use.
The pay as you use model must save a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely. Business don't need spend huge amounts on infrastructure in the beginning. So they can start small and grow later.
Interesting. Now when someone starts learning AWS, what is usually the first service they learn?
So mostly beginners starts with EC2, which stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. It allows users to create virtual services in the cloud.
So EC2 is basically like renting a computer online.
Yes, exactly. You can choose the operating system, storage size, RAM, and processing power according to your needs.
That's actually easy to understand now. If I want to store files like photos, videos or documents, what service do I need in AWS?
So that's For storage, AWS provides S3, that is, which stands for Simple Storage Service. It is one of the most popular AWS service.
Why is so popular?
Because it is highly secure, reliable and scalable. Companies use it backups, website files, media storage and even disaster recovery.
I think nowadays data is everything. So how does AWS manage database?
AWS has multiple database services. One most important service is RDS, which stands for Relational Database Service. It supports database like MySQL, NoSQL and PostgreSQL. Another service is also DynamoDB, which is NoSQL database.
Now AWS supports both traditional and modern database.
Exactly. Different applications need different database. So AWS provides many options.
Security is another big topic in cloud computing. Some people worry about storing data online. How does AWS handle it?
So AWS focuses heavily on security. It provides IAM, which means identity and access management. IAM controls who can access resource. AWS also provides encryption, firewalls and monitoring tools.
So companies can control employee access and protect sensitive information.
Yes, for example, an employee can be given permission only to view data, while another employee can edit it. Everything is controlled securely.
The sound is professional. I've also heard about regions and availability zones in AWS. What are they?
AWS has data centers located around the world. These locations are called regions. Inside region, there are multiple availability zones. This helps AWS provide high availability and reduce downtime.
Meaning, if one server fails, another can continue the service.
Exactly. That is one of the reasons AWS is considered why it is highly reliable.
Nowadays, people also talk about AI and machine learning. Does AWS support these technologies too?
Yes, AWS provides machine learning and AI services as well. Developers can build intelligent applications, chatbots, recommendation systems, and analysis tools using AWS services.
AWS is not only for storage and servers anymore, is it?
Right, it has become a complete cloud ecosystem with hundreds of services.
If a student want to learn AWS, is it difficult or not?
In the beginning, the number of services can feel overwhelming, but once you understand the basics like EC2, S3, IAM, and networking, learning becomes easier step by step.
So starting with fundamentals is more important.
Exactly. Understanding the cloud concepts first makes AWS much easier to learn.
Before we end, can you tell me the major advantages of AWS in one simple summary?
Sure. AWS provides scalability, security, reliability, global access, flexibility, faster deployment, and reduced infrastructure cost.
And the future of AWS?
The future is huge because more businesses are moving to the cloud every year. So technologies like AI, big data, and IoT also depend heavily on the cloud platform like AWS.
That was actually a very clear and simple discussion. I think beginners can now understand AWS more easily now. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining today's discussion on AWS and cloud computing. Thank you.